My name is Lauren, and I am the founder and CEO of Girl Security. I would start by saying that rejection or failure to be accepted is a pretty central theme over the course of my personal and professional life. And I think it all began when I failed my first driver's license test in high school. I took a wide left turn and ended up on the right side of a ditch. And I will note, however, that my mother took me to a second location where I did get my license, for better or for worse. That was high school. And in college, I started out at a wonderful school in Iowa. I transferred to a school in Boston, and it was a pretty remarkable social, cultural, academic shock. And so I really struggled academically and wasn't accepted into many of the types of opportunities that I sought at the time. I worked my way out that second year to thrive my third and fourth year, but it was not without a tremendous amount of struggle and lack of self-esteem and all of these other things that you get when you take a knock on the head. And in fact, my own mother did not think that I would get accepted to Boston College, which was, of course, a huge boost of confidence at the time. And then for law school, I was rejected from my first choice. I was waitlisted by my second. I ended up deciding to go to a school where I could work and continue to learn, which was financially required at the time. And even in law school, I really struggled during my first year, to the point that during my second year, I ran into my 1L crim law professor in the elevator, and he said, "You're still here?" So even throughout law school, there were things that I applied for that I wasn't accepted to. And I think that narrative has extended pretty far back over the course of my life, whether it was fellowships or internships or opportunities that I wasn't accepted to. And I know it probably sounds cliche, but it did create in me a tremendous sense of perseverance with respect to not only what I would need to achieve the goals that I sought, but the types of skills and values and traits that I saw in myself. How did I preserve those and ensure that those were protected, so that those were values that I could employ as an adult? And so I would certainly say during my early 20s or earlier on in my life, the pursuit of validation from others felt to me, at least, and I'm only speaking for myself, like a green light that was required to unleash a lot of the energy and innovative ideas that I held at the time, one of which was girl security. And certainly as an adult, if I waited for acceptance or the validation of others, I would not have the remarkable privilege of doing the most rewarding work of my life and working with such remarkable women and men, as well as girls, as part of our program. So my one piece of advice would be that the values and traits that you see in yourself now that maybe you're positioning on your resume are probably going to be the same types of values and traits that you come to hold dear yourself as an adult. So hold on to those things. They will be a guiding force as you move through your careers. So please let us support you as you move through this field and pursue your interest. And we are very confident that by the time you are senior leaders in this field, Girl Security will still be here championing you as leaders. Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Gina. I am one of the many women at Girl Security hoping to inspire you and encourage you along your path of interest in national security, both as a citizen as well as potentially as a career in the future. I wanted to share my failure story, one of many, and just my journey forward from it, in the hopes that perhaps you can find some comfort and inspiration in what I have experienced. So when I was in college, it's very so such a long time ago. When I was in college, I put in a resume for the CIA recruiter at my school. I went to the University of Virginia, and I was not even considered for meeting with the recruiter at all. There were obviously a lot of people who were interested, but I thought my background and my double major and everything else that I had done would at least get me the interview, but it didn't. And that was kind of hard. I really thought, wow, this is not starting off well if I can't even get a meeting while at school. And then I remembered something my father had told me when I was a kid. He's a big believer in tough love, unfortunately, but this was important. He told me, he's like, Gina, you're smart. I know you're smart. You know you're smart. He said, but nobody else knows you're smart. So you're just going to have to be patient, get your foot in the door somewhere, work your butt off, and show people that you deserve a chance. So I took that on board and continued to look at other options. And in fact, I did end up working at the State Department a week after graduating from the University of Virginia. And shortly thereafter, went down this path of engaging in the counterterrorism community, where I was eventually recruited by the CIA to come join them. So now, after 32 years of my career and as a senior analyst in the CIA's Senior Analytics Service, and with a lot of experience under my belt, I can say that the one thing I learned from that experience is not that everything happens for a reason. I know some people believe that, and that's great, but I have a tendency to believe that you give a reason for the things that happen, and you can choose to give a positive reason, something that helps drive you forward or makes you look at something different instead. Or you can choose a negative reason, and I try to choose the positive ones because that gives me a better direction. So I hope that we see you all again, and that you continue your interest in both girl security and national security and citizenship. And I wish you the best of luck. Thank you.